Hello and welcome to Your World This Week, the weekly roundup for all the top news stories of the week. The top news stories this week are:
The top story this week, even as the second wave of the pandemic rages on, in what appears to be a silver lining, the 24-hour case tally climbed down from the earlier 4 lakh plus mark it had touched and stood at approximately 3.43 lakh on Friday. The death toll, however, stood at 4,000 in the last 24 hours as per data released by the Union Health Ministry. In the midst of a shortage of vaccines being reported from different parts of the country, the government has announced that Russian COVID-19 vaccine Sputnik will be available in the market from next week. Dr. Reddy's lab, which is manufacturing the vaccine in India, has said that the imported doses of Russia's Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccine will cost about Rs 995.40 per dose, including GST. The first dose of the vaccine was administered in Hyderabad on Friday as part of a soft launch by Dr. Reddy's. The government on Thursday accepted the recommendation of the National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization and prescribed an increase in the gap between 2 doses of Serum Institute of India's COVID-19 vaccine Covishield to 12 to 16 weeks. However, no such changes were recommended in the gap between the 2 doses of Bharat Biotech's Covaxin vaccination. United States top infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci said the Indian government's decision to extend the duration between the first and the second dose of Covishield is a reasonable approach. With the emergence of the more infectious variants mounting a new challenge in the fight against COVID-19 pandemic, excerpts from a 2015 Chinese research document published in the Weekend Australian have reignited the debate over the origin of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. The document, reportedly titled "The Unnatural Origin of SARS, a New Species of Man-Made Viruses as Genetic Bioweapons," suggests Chinese scientists were discussing the possibilities of weaponizing coronavirus 5 years before the COVID-19 pandemic struck the world. According to the Weekend Australian, the document was co-authored by Chinese scientists, public health officials, as well as weapons experts, and was unearthed by the US State Department during its investigation into the origins. The publication added that it asked Robert Potter, a cybersecurity analyst specializing in leaked Chinese government documents, to verify the paper, who is reported to have said the document definitely is not fake. Moving on to some distressing global news now. Over 100 people have died in airstrikes on Gaza Strip as tensions between Israel and Palestine escalated even as Egyptian negotiators held in-person mediation talks with the two sides to defuse the violence. Gaza's health ministry has said that a total of 103 people, including 27 children, have been killed since the Israeli airstrikes began from Monday. Over 580 others have been wounded, as per reports in the international press. Israel has begun firing barrage of artillery shells into the north of Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that the military operations against Hamas in the Gaza Strip would continue as long as necessary. US Secretary General Antonio Guterres, in a statement, called for an immediate end to hostilities between warring parties in Israel and Gaza. Out of respect for the spirit of Eid, I appeal for an immediate de-escalation of the hostilities in Gaza and Israel. Guterres said via a Twitter on Thursday, "Too many innocent civilians have already died. This conflict can only increase radicalization and extremism in the whole region." That's what Antonio Guterres had said. In some entertainment news now, HBO Max has announced that the long-awaited Friends reunion special will drop on its platform on May 27th. All 6 original cast members, Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, and David Schwimmer, are coming back for the special titled Friends, the Reunion. Friends premiered in September 1994 and was a phenomenon during its decade-long run. News now from the world of sports. The ICC World Test Championship WTC finalists, India and New Zealand, are the top two teams respectively in the ICC Men's Test team rankings after the annual update carried out on Thursday. India have gained 1 rating point for an aggregate of 121, and New Zealand are only 1 point behind after gaining 2 points in Thursday's update, which eliminates results from 2017 to 18. India's 2-1 win over Australia and a 3-1 win over England over the past year, and a New Zealand's 2-0 series win over the West Indies and Pakistan have helped them keep ahead of the pack. And here is the viral video of the week.
500 रुपए इस देश के अंदर अफसर घूसखोरी खा जाते हैं। खुश हो रहे हैं ना? अरे 500 रुपए में आपको एक बताइए, 500 में सिप्ला कंपनी का इंजेक्शन आ रहा है, रेमडेसिविर जो आ रहा है, रेमडेसिविर जो आ रहा है, रेमडेसिविर जो आ रहा है।
Hope you liked this edition of Your World This Week. We will be back next week with yet another episode of Your World This Week. Have a good day.